After just over 200 days since the checkered flag last fell, the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine finally returned to Hockenheim to begin a brand new season. To decide the next champion, we had the same 10 rounds as last season, albeit in a slightly different order. Watching on amongst many would be several F1 teams, with 9 drivers carrying support from 7 of the teams on the current grid, including Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, Alpine, Williams and Sauber. They would certainly also be keeping an eye on the exciting new entry to the championship of Iron Dames, featuring the ambitious duo of Mercedes junior Dorian Pan, who has already won a race this year in Jeddah in F1 Academy, and reigning F1 Academy champion Marta Garcia.
It feels great. I'm really happy about the opportunity that I have to race in Freca this year next to Formula One Academy. I think it's a good championship to learn. There's a lot of cars and it's the best way to start my first year in single-seater racing after some years in endurance racing. It's really different, but I think we wanted to take this path at one point in my career, and I think it's the good time. And now I'm learning every day, and it's great.
Thank you. Yeah, obviously it felt great. I was so happy to win the championship. You know, after all the hard work we did with the team, in the sim, a lot of work in the end just to win the championship. Obviously, was really happy with it, and yeah, also quite happy with the fact that I got the funded seat in Formula Regional for me to race for 1 year. So yeah, obviously happy with how everything went from last year.
With 33 drivers on the grid, including 6 reigning champions, there would be high expectations for the first qualifying of the season, and it wouldn't disappoint with an extremely competitive session right from the start of Group A. The battle at the top is intense, with Prema Racing's Rafael Camara fighting against R-Race GP's Tuukka Taponen. Also in the mix is Australian James Wharton, who looks to snatch the first pole of the year, but falls just short of displacing his teammate. This sets up the trio leading the session, with Brazilian Camara obtaining the overall pole position with a best lap of a 1 minute 34.848. In Group B, it was Red Bull junior Enzo Deligny who stood out from the start as he took control of the session. The best lap from the Frenchman of R-Race GP clocked in at a 1 minute 35.470, securing him a spot on the front row of the grid alongside Camara. Set to start race 1 just behind them was another French driver in ART Grand Prix French F4 champion Evan Gilter, followed by Maltese Filipino Zach David of R-Race GP, who clinched 3rd place right at the end of the session, falling just short of a front row spot. After all of pre-season testing, practice and qualifying, the stage is now set for the first race of the season. 30 minutes plus 1 lap ahead as drivers look to get those crucial first points in the 2024 Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine season. You will see the Red Bull livery of Enzo Deligny to your left, and to the right Ferrari Academy driver Rafa Camara. Let's get racing for another season in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. We are go, and Tuukka Taponen is straight past Prema Racing driver Rafa Camara and into second, and Enzo Deligny leads us down towards turn number 2 for the first time. A superb start there from Deligny. The R-Race GP driver has burst straight into the lead. Oh no, we have a spinner. That's one of the R-Race GP drivers, I think. They're already battling out front. Deligny defending from Camara as we've got a big lock-up in the middle of the field. Round the hairpin they go and down towards turn 7 for the first time. This is great defense here from Deligny, the 16-year-old rookie fighting fighting off Kamara, a winner in this championship. Evan Gilter has gone into third place. Taponen was passed by Kamara, having got past him in the first corner there, and he is now fighting away with the likes of Gilter and Dominguez. Through the second sector and up towards the likes of Sachs Curve we go now, the top three. Down to the hairpin we go. Let's take a quick breath and get back to the action as Evan Gilter has lunged down the inside there of Enzo Deligny, and that is a move made from Gilter. But on the exit, this might be Deligny using push to pass in defence round the outside at turn number 7. Great side-by-side action here from Deligny and Gilter, and the Red Bull Junior holds on to second place. He's to the left of screen, to the right of screen is James Wharton, and on the push to pass, I think there James Wharton has gone through into P3. Good driving from the Australian driver. Oh, almost spinning round there. That's who was that nearly went round? That was, I think, Ugo Chukwu, who nearly spun round in the red and white Prema racing car. And we have a lunge there for fourth place. Good driver. Oh, well, we have a lunge for fourth place. We have a driver going wide. We have a driver going slow. And that looks like Evan Gilter, who's run into problems. I don't think he's made a mistake. I think he's got a mechanical issue. Oh, no. Evan Gilter, not the start to the season anyone wants at all. And Evan Gilter, after such a good performance in qualifying, after such a good build-up to the season, moves incoming for second and fifth. Let's focus on the one for second. James Wharton has closed this gap down to Deligny. Deligny going heavily defensive. Wharton looking to the outside. Battle on the brakes incoming. Wharton, is he going to try and go all the way around the outside? I think he's going to do so. Side-by-side action there between Deligny and Wharton. And Wharton all the way around the outside, and the hairpin has completed a move for second place. What fantastic racing between the pair, but what a superb move from James Wharton. He's really catching in seventh place. That two-way fight for fifth is about to become a three-way fight. Are we about to see a change for third place? Speaking of, here we go. Are we going to see another overtake round the outside? Slightly inspired perhaps from the move of Wharton. Taponen is now going to try for a move around the outside of the hairpin. No, he's going to look for a switchback. A bit of a lock-up from Taponen. Maybe has been forced into this one. He now goes for a switchback. Well, he's lined it all up, Taponen there, and now gets the move done on Deligny. Great driving from the Middle East champion. Oh no, that's Teofil Nile who has gone off, sadly, in the last sector of the circuit. That's coming up to turn 13, so I think may have gone off at, yes, he's stopped on the inside. Let's come back to this though. That's Dominguez down the inside of Ugo Chukwu coming into turn number 8, and that's a move done from Dominguez into turn 8. Great driving from Dominguez. He's lined that one up for a long time, and Dominguez gets the move done just before the safety car. But he is currently now walking away, and as you can see on screen, his car ready and in a position to go, and there we go, right on cue on the exit at Sachs Curve. Kamara has got his foot down and tries to get a gap over Wharton, and I think about 2 car lengths now between them as we resume racing for the first race of the season in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine here at the Hockenheim Ring. Down towards turn number 1, and Rafa Kamara leading James Wharton. Those two have escaped from our race GP driver Tuka Taponen. Now we have the push-to-pass system available. The 2 lead rookies going head-to-head in towards turn 2. Deligny versus Dominguez. Ugo Chukwu in 6th, then Badua, Giusti, Bedrin, Belinsky, your top 10. There, the Red Bull Junior, Deligny, side by side with Ivan Dominguez. Round the parabolica and up to the hairpin. We can see to the right of screen, that's Dominguez. Deligny having to defend heavily from Ugo Chukwu. He's got cars left and right of him, and he's just about been able to hold them both off. But on the exit, that looks like Dominguez to the right in the orange and black Van Amersfoort colours is side by side with him coming up to turn 8 now. Are we going to see a move made there? Dominguez dives down the inside of the Red Bull Junior, and that's a position gained for Ivan Dominguez. 6 minutes left as Nikhil Bora, in fact that's Valerio Rinicella, is passed into turn 2 by Nicolas Lacorte. So that's the Alpine Academy driver getting down the inside of Nikhil Bora. What's this going on the exit? We've got more battling going on. Everywhere you look, there are battles. It's a superb sight in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. Side-by-side action coming on into the hairpin. That's Nikita Bedrin making his move on Enzo Deligny. Great driving there, as is that Nicolas Lacorte a little bit further back, running wide. I think it might be side-by-side. That's the number 22, Pedro Clero, in the middle of the pack with Valerio Rinicella. Nikita Bedrin now leads this pack. He's got Enzo Deligny behind him. Then it's Giusti, and then it is Roman Belinsky next behind that. So this is your battle, which takes you from P7 down to P10. Oh, someone running slightly wide, and I think that was one of these drivers up ahead. Might have been Ivan Dominguez. I think it might have been either one of these two or Ugo Chukwu, which may have dropped him back slightly. Dominguez now has Badua, who's driven superbly in this race. Started out the top 10. He's staring at a possible 4th place finish. Sells the dummy. Badua down the inside. What a great overtake from Brando Badua. If he can hold this one off, then that will be one of the overtakes of the race from Brando Badua. They're going to be side by side round turn 7. Not quite, but the idea from Brando Badua there was perfect. The execution didn't quite happen, but nevertheless, Brando Badua, love what we're seeing from him in this championship so far. Speaking of, we've got a race on for our hands for the race lead as well. We'll come back to that as Brando Badua is going to pull off the same move he did once again. Surprised Ivan Dominguez didn't see it coming, to be honest, but Badua has pulled off the same move. Well, Dominguez says you can go through. I'll just pull off the switchback on you, but Badua, having learnt from his mistake last time, has now pulled off the move perfectly this time. Side by side they go into the next corner. Teammates going wheel to wheel with each other. I'm sure the Van Amersfoort pit wall there had their hands over their eyes as they watched them go side by side through turn number 8. But Badua gets himself into 4th place. Dominguez holds on to 5th and the rookie lead. Great execution from Brando Badua. What a superb performance this is from him. And what a move there, Nikita Bedrin, round the outside of Ugo Chukwu. He's up into P6 now. The top seed, and with a lot of pressure on his shoulders, but he's dealt with it superbly. A lights to flag finish from Rafa Kamara to start his campaign with a statement. He takes the first win of the season in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. Second across the finish line, James Wharton was subsequently penalised with the loss of 1 position in the Race 1 classification for going over track limits during an overtake onto Kataponen. As a result, the second and third steps of the final podium were reversed, with the Finn ahead and the Australian dropping to 3rd place.
And yeah, I think it was a good race. I just want to say a big thanks for Prema, my engineer Emmerich, Alberto and Ale, my mechanics. Was very nice. Yeah, to work with them is very nice. And then I'm just trying to enjoy this year, every single moment. And yeah, couldn't be better than this to start the championship. So now it's focus for tomorrow and look ahead for quali now.
My start was really good. But unfortunately I went a bit wide in T1, so I lost position back what I gained on the start. And then yeah, in T2 I got hit from the back, so I lost another place. And then 2 laps later I got another hit in T6. So I was also lucky to not have a puncture because the hit was quite hard. But yeah, we managed to be at the podium, which is always good for the championship, and we just need to stay consistent and score points in each race. And yeah, good way to start the championship like this.
Yeah, like as Rafa as well, we had quite a bad start, which put us on the back foot into T1, but I recovered quite nicely. I had a good first lap, but then felt the pace was really good. Can't thank the team enough for how much speed we have. I think as a team, definitely have the fastest car, which obviously makes your life a lot easier. But yeah, the move was quite difficult, but yeah, when you have more pace than the other driver, you can do more things. So just looking forward to tomorrow. Hopefully put my lap a bit more together in qualifying so we can start a bit further up. But at the end of the day, we take home a podium in the first race of this championship for me, and hopefully we can keep building from here.
Yeah, it was a nice race in the end. In the beginning, I did an alright start. I was just struggling a bit in the beginning to find pace, but once I found it, we really were making some progress up until the safety car. And yeah, after the safety car, we also had a good fight with another guy. We passed him, but I had a slight contact which damaged my front wing, and I just started to struggle a bit in the end. And yeah, we had a good battle with Brando. In the end, he got away with it, but yeah, it was still a good race, and I'm looking forward for tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll be on the normal podium, not on the rookie one.
The second race day at Hockenheim opened with a new qualifying session. This time, the first to take to the track were the 16 drivers of Group B, where the battles against the clock was extremely tight. Emerging victorious was Evan Gilter. The ART Grand Prix driver set the fastest lap of the group with a 1 minute 35.595 seconds, followed by the Portuguese driver Dominguez by just 7 thousandths of a second. The gap to the Frenchman Deligny, who followed in third place, was also extremely narrow at just 11 thousandths of a second. However, the overall pole position for race 2 came with Group A, when James Wharton secured the advantage by stopping the clock at 1 minute 35.445 seconds. He was followed by his teammate Kamara, then Van Amersfoort Racing's Pedro Clero, Taponen from R-Race GP, and the Frenchman from Santilloc Racing, Enzo Peugeot.
This is race 2 of round 1 at Hockenheim in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. I think that is just about everything. It's Gilter to the left, Wharton to the right. We are go for race 2 of the season in 2024. And just like yesterday, the driver from the inside row of the grid is going to lead us in towards the first corner. Gilter from P2 gets away better, and he steals the lead from James Wharton as we head down towards turn number 2 for the first time. So it's ART Grand Prix Gilter leading from Prema Racing's Rafa Kamara, who's got past James Wharton going down towards turn number 2. Do we get all 33 cars through safely? I think just about, as it looked like Wharton has dropped behind Ivan Dominguez and Pedro Clero. The two Van Amersfoort Racing drivers look like they've got to head down towards turn 6 for the first time. Gilter defending from yesterday's winner, Rafa Kamara. Oh no, 3 wide contact there between one of the Van Amersfoort cars that looked like Pedro Clero maybe and James Wharton coming together. We've got all sorts of cars running wide in the background. One of the G4 cars has dropped back, which is Kanato Lee. Unfortunately, he's hit problems in the first stages, and I think we've got one of the Prema Racing cars dropping back through the field as well as they make their way through turn 8. Oh no, James Wharton's in problems. He's slowing down. Our pole sitter coming slow through the first section, through the second sector, out of turn 10. There he is to the left of screen, and James Wharton may be coming into pit lane. Oh no, MP Motorsport car off on the right of screen. We've got another car off, RPM car off into the gravel as well. It's a messy first lap. It's Nikhil Bora who has gone off into the gravel and rejoined in the 47. Who is the RPM car that has gone off? We need to investigate that one. It's Edgar Pierre. Well, he had a disappointing race yesterday. He finished off the back of the field after problems in the race. He's not even going to finish this one. That's a Trident driver. That's Nico Lacorte getting past Enzo Peugeot, who goes almost airborne through turn number 1 there. Enzo Peugeot qualifying in the top 10 today, and he's almost airborne through turn 1 there. This is James Wharton, how things can go badly so quickly. A lap reinstated, a pole position gained. Now he finds himself in pit lane. Oh, is Claro there running wide, under braking, coming down to the hairpin and almost finding himself into contact with Taponen. In the background, we've got a Prema racing car that looked like running wide as well. Not too sure who that was, as Taponen is side by side with an MP car, and I think we needed that safety car. Oh no, Hugo Gachikwu was the Prema racing car that ran wide out of turn 6. He's out. What a disappointing race for Prema Racing, our reigning team's champions. McLaren Junior driver out, the Ferrari Academy driver of James Wharton in pit lane. Oh dear. And Santilok Racing, it's, well, that's the Evans GP car, sorry. Huang Dat Soya, the Vietnam driver, he's out as well. We are back underway and racing here at the Hockenheim ring as they come out of the final corner with just over half the race remaining. Evan Gilter leads us down the start-finish straight. The green flags are waving and Rafa Kamara already trying to get heat into those tyres. Van Amersfoort driver to the right of screen. In fact, at the very front of the field, we've almost got a pass from Rafa Kamara. We've got a Van Amersfoort driver trying to go round the outside, which is Brando Badua of Enzo Deligny. I don't think he was successful in doing so. Roman Belinsky has run wide at turn 6 and rejoins. In fact, he's gone round the outside of Noah Stromstead and got through into 11th place. Deligny defending, coming in towards turn 8. Now they come out of turn 8. We've got to set. Oh, Teofil Nall there, side by side with Brando Badua, and he's gone into 5th place. But to the right of screen, the blue and white car is Matteo De Paolo. He's side by side with the number 4 of Roman Belinsky, and it looks like he's going to complete this move into turn 8. Great driving from the Italian. Lenabula has come to a halt. We saw that one going off in the background, didn't we, while this move was being complete. Matteo De Paolo into 11th place, though. Lenabula has come to a halt, and the safety car is deployed once again as the young Frenchman leads us on to the start-finish straight to take us down towards turn number 1. Evan Gilter for ART Grand Prix leads us with 5.5 minutes to go up. Oh no, so that's the G4 car of Kanato Lee, and that's Costa Toparis, and they've come off at Mobile 1 curve. Let's have a look. Did the teams pick it up on camera? Oh, wow. Costa Toparis was incredibly lucky not to go over. Rafa Kamara second, Ivan Dominguez third. Round the final corner, they've had to wait a long time for it since October 2022, but Evan Gilter puts ART Grand Prix back where they belong. It's a win once again.
Yeah, that's an amazing race. It's been a tough race with the safety car. It's been so long. Honestly, it was not the best race ever with the safety car, but we managed to all the time secure the first place after the safety car restart. So the team did an amazing job. I'm really happy about my performance also, and yeah, just thanks to my team, to my whole team, my family, my sponsor. It's just the best day of my life.
I will race like always, trying to do the best that I can, and then you take that. Yeah, I'm just very happy to start the year like this. Very happy as well to be with Prema again this year. Yeah, I think we are working very well, doing everything that we can to be the best as we can this year.
Was a nice race in the end. I managed to keep it steady on the first lap, avoid contact, managed to gain a position, and then yeah, we because of the safety cars and all the interruptions, we did not really get to race. So I just managed to get 2 or 3 good safety car restarts, and then I just kept it nice and clean. Yeah, no mistakes from the guys ahead, so no time for us to fight and to trade a bit position. So yeah, in the end, just good points. Nice to be on the overall podium. So yeah, I'm happy for how the first weekend went.
After round 1 and a near perfect weekend, Kamara sits comfortably at the top of the standings with 43 points, while Gilter and Dominguez share second with 25 points each. The second round of the season will be at Spa-Francorchamps on the 25th and 26th of May. We'll see you there.